I'm good. I'm ready.
All right. Here we go. We're recording in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. What's up, everybody, and thank you for joining us on episode 11 of It's All in the Delivery. And this episode is brought to you by Ups and Browns. Go to upsandbrowns.com. Go find all your battle-tested gear. It is battle-tested, warrior approved. Guys, we're excited here. It's a morning podcast for us. We usually do this in the evening, but here we are at 8:19 in the morning. Everyone's got their coffees. Luke has his Bang Energy, not his IPA in his hand. So let's go around the table here real quick. Obviously, you just heard Luke down in West Virginia. Luke, say hello, buddy.
Good morning, everybody. I about just said good evening and happy Friday out of out of habit, but good morning.
Good morning, Bobby.
Morning.
How are you over there in Connecticut?
Good morning, Warriors. I love the morning time.
Awesome. And let me introduce our guest today, all right? Our guest is from Wolverhampton, West Midlands, England. He's been slinging cardboard for a little over 2.5 years, happily married with 2 girls. He's a huge football fan, and by football, to us Americans, I mean soccer. Let's not get it confused. He said he was willing to record with us at 3 a.m. UK time, but we didn't do that. So anyways, it is our pleasure to welcome to the show Paul Jones. Paul, how are you?
Hello there. Yeah, very well, thank you. Thanks for inviting me.
Oh, dude, thank you for coming on.
Nice to speak to you all.
Dude, 3 a.m. would have been crazy. I mean, we appreciate it. We're like, we can't make him do that.
To call that a team player, I mean,
it would have been all right. I'm up for a challenge on anything.
There you go. There you go. Up for the challenge. That's good. That's good. So, go ahead, Bobby.
I was thinking, like, if it got crazy, funny, wild, whatever, it would be 3 a.m. and like the whole family would just be like, "What's going on down there?" And he's like, "Yeah, I'm on the podcast."
Yeah, I was more concerned about the neighbour next door because, like, it's thin walls there,
Right.
And he's probably up there now with a glass, listening to what I'm saying.
He's not a secret agent or anything, is he? Like, is he like?
He might be. He might be.
You think the Brown Machine has people like stationed around the country and world just to listen in on the podcast and wait till they're like?
More or less, yeah. Yeah.
They probably go.
we'll know we made it then.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh no, we know we've made it with the haters that we've got, right? There's been some real haters on the IG hating on us, but haters gonna hate.
I want to say one thing about that because it's all a good fun. It made me laugh, but I was thinking to myself, I was like, if I don't remember the content of what it was, but I was like, if they want real of bitching about the job. It's like, really, you just got to go into your center for that. You don't got to listen to a podcast. Dude, I didn't get a Bluetooth until I started talking to these guys because I didn't ever have one because I didn't want to talk to people at my building just bitching all the time. They're good people, but I'm just saying, yeah.
No, dude, it's so true, though. Like, we haven't said one bad thing about the company that we work for on any episode. We haven't said one bad thing. We did not put them down whatsoever. We may say their system is absolute shit. But
Ryan.
But Paul doesn't know anything. Paul doesn't know anything about that, I heard. Right? You guys don't have that over there, no?
No. I've got nothing but praise for him. Honestly.
Wow.
I've got nothing but praise. It's brilliant. It's perfect.
And
it is.
And it's not the same board, is it, that we use?
What the diet?
The dyad?
The diet. Yeah,
okay.
Yeah. We use that.
So
we use the same one.
It's like the long skinny one. It's the long skinny one.
Yeah, the long skinny one. Yeah,
yeah. So
man, Dave can make anything sound perverted.
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
What? Just a computer, like really getting into
it. So, like, because like we're curious about it. So, like, what program do you have? Like, what do they call it over there in the UK?
Just a normal diet. We ain't got that that Orion. Yeah.
Yeah. So you don't have Ed yet.
We don't think we're gonna have it in England because it don't work. It don't work properly.
Mm-hmm.
It don't. So
it doesn't work here either. We still got it. What's going on?
We just got to swallow it.
I think what they've done is they've trialled it out down in Southampton, and it don't work at all. It don't. They can't get it to work because like, does it go off like you have to do every left turn or right turn on your side?
Not anymore.
It doesn't
not anymore.
Now. Yeah,
it used to be where like we don't make lefts, and that was the big thing. And we've always had customers. I'm sure Bobby and Luke had them too. Customers like, is it true you guys don't make left turns? You know?
Oh yeah.
But
every day.
Yeah, but now with the new program, left turns, backing across roads, like U-turns, like they want us to drive across a lake sometimes, and you know what I mean. So like this stuff just doesn't make sense.
Do you have? So you don't have any? You don't have telematics or anything? Then
no. Yet I don't know what it is.
Telematics is like and I'm going to say it right this time, Dave. Back first exception, because it took me like 6 months to finally say it right. You don't like back first or like a seatbelt, like bulkhead door, that shit.
Yeah, they know when we got our seatbelts on. They know how many reverses we do every day. They know what gear we're in and things like that.
Are they sticklers about when you guys go in reverse?
Yeah,
they get them. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, that's global.
They are.
Then.
They say 20's plenty, 40's naughty.
Oh wow!
Do you get 20?
I like that. Yeah,
I have like 82 a day.
How many?
I have like 82 backs a day.
Well,
average usually, because I have a lot of long driveways. Like, excuse me, like I'm out in the woods, so there's like it's a very rural area and stuff. So it's just like I could just hear Bobby's song as soon as he said that. As I looked up, I'm in the woods.
80. Good. Yeah, what they do is if you go over 40 in our country, you get took off the road and you have to go on a driving assessment.
What?
Oh,
nice. Yeah, honestly, yeah.
No way.
Yeah. I do about 11 or 12 a day, reverses. That's it.
Wow.
That's still, I mean, in our job too.
You're a driver.
Like, so yesterday, for example, I had to deliver it to an auto shop, and there's a bar right below it. So as I pull up, I make the delivery. When I come back out, there's a beer truck parked in front. I can't get around it. So, I could, it's sometimes I've literally had two and I've got talked about it the next day, but they've been all right lately. But then like, I'll see that and it just goes in my mind. I'm like, God, back first. Come on. You can't just see it right now, but the computer doesn't see that. It just pops up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
The seatbelts is the big one for us. It is.
Yeah.
Like you have to put and we have to, like obviously, because of safety and that and security. But when we do a delivery in that, bulkhead door and the doors are all going to be shut, windows are going to be shut and everything. So, and I've seen...
Right, because you guys have vans, right?
Yeah.
So they aren't like the package cars that we drive over here, where there's like the doors open.
Yeah,
like you could
run. Look at the sliding doors.
Yeah, they have the sliding doors.
So
and shit.
They want you to secure the vehicle every stop.
Every stop, yeah.
How many stops?
God. Oh, there you go. Good question. How many stops?
How many stops? I do about 100, 110 stops a day.
That's a wow.
And that is
that's in my area. Like I do Wednesbury and Warsaw.
Okay.
which like I can have a stop, and then like 50 yards down the road, I'll have another one. But I usually just park the van and then just have a steady walk down. That's if it's not raining. Mm-hmm. But in this country, it's raining as we speak. So,
dude, it literally, I swear to God, there was a time period where every time I watched your Insta stories, it was raining. I mean, it is amazing how much honestly, it rains there.
I'll move the camera around now.
I'm serious.
We're in UK right now. Let's go.
Right.
Like people think Seattle's bad.
And it is raining as we speak.
Yeah, it literally, I swear. If you had to bet on that, if I could bet on that, if Paul's Insta story was going to be raining, I could have retired.
Yeah. So it's all right. I'm just moving into the other room, I think. Moving to the other room.
I was going to say, like, let's move to
Wolverhampton.
Yeah, let's move.
Yeah, that's a bit better.
Not with the rain.
Wow, dude, that's nuts. That's crazy. It's a completely different animal over there.
Yeah, it is. The weather is and everything.
That's crazy.
And the way of upbringing as well. It's totally different to how like when I see you guys post all your videos or pictures and that. It's like in the countryside, how sunny it is with all the animals running around, and like by the beach in Florida, and like with the sea. Oh, I'm having my dinner here today. I'm just on my taco break, and me, I'm on a field. I'm just starting my break, and then the gypsies turn up on the caravan because they've parked up, and I can't move, and it's totally different. Like
it's on the internet, Paul. Don't believe it. It's all the hype. There are green screens. It's not. I mean,
I've told people that they're like, it looks so much fun. I was like, listen, it's not really as fun as I make it might look.
Yeah, that's
it's not.
We're making the best of the situation.
To go back to what the beginning is, though, real quick, though, I think bottom line, like Paul said, nothing but praise. I think everybody, for the most part, I mean, it's not an easy job. We all know that.
No.
But there's definitely there's a whole lot of things that could be worse. I love working outside. I couldn't be behind a desk.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna I'll say that and then be done with it. But
I do love my job. I do.
Awesome.
I've got nothing but praise for the company that I work for, and that. Traveling to and from work is a bit of a pain because I live about 28 miles away from the depot.
Mm-hmm.
I do. So it takes me about an hour on the morning.
Damn.
And about an hour and a half to get home of the night.
That's what I was going to ask you if you had so that's not highway travel then, is it? If it takes you that long?
Well, if I go on the M6, that's like the motorway. You got chance of being in the traffic jam, and then you could be there for 2 or 3 hours.
Right.
But if I go through the country lanes and the big open road, it'll take about 50 minutes, 55 minutes.
Wow.
But coming back home, we got a new toll road, but you have to pay to go on the toll road. You do, which is £6.70. Mm-hmm. So I don't know what that is in dollars. I don't know if $8 or so. I don't know.
Sure, something. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
You got to pay $8 just to get home every day.
Yeah, that's if I use the toll road. That's if I want to get back early.
Wow.
I mean, not to bring it up, but I think you guys invented the whole tax thing. I'm just saying, like you want
No, I mean, that's actually a good question.
That's what a pissed off Yorker was just saying. He's got to pay a toll if he wants to switch buildings.
Dude, I saw that. He has to. It's like $11. He'd have to pay every day.
And I feel like that 6 pounds, 7 ounces.
You think about that. Yeah, I mean, that's $55 a week. I mean, dude, that,
a lot of money.
that can add up.
Yeah.
But you don't have to take that toll road.
I don't. Yeah, I could go the other way, but when you've been at work all day and it's raining, and
I'll spit on the computer there.
Like it's raining, and you just want to get back home and that. But it's one of them things. It's either like I've spoken to the wife about it. What about if we move closer to the depot? But knowing my luck, I'll move there, spend all that money, and then the depot will move over here.
Yeah, right.
That's just my luck.
So do you guys have, because it's a shout out to White Van Man Gary. Because I saw on his Insta story one time, do you drive a manual? Do you have a standard transmission truck? Like when you do the package cars?
Yeah, manual. Yeah.
They've discarded all. I'm pretty sure, I can't speak for the whole country, but here we don't even have them anymore. Like they don't, when the people go to driving school now, they don't even have to test in it. It's crazy.
Yeah. No, but it's all manual. No aircon. So you got no aircon in.
That's same here on that end.
Yeah. I'm gonna start saying that aircon. You have aircon in there?
I like that. I like that. Good. So let's take it back. It's obviously not going to be that far back because you've only been with the company for 2.5 years. But I mean, I guess let's take it back before that too. Like, what led up to where you are today with the company? What made you work there? What happened before then?
Well, I used to work for a different company delivering. Can I name them or no?
Go for it.
Yeah, called DPD.
Okay.
I don't know if you've heard of them. Yeah, DPD. And I used to work for them for 5 years, self-employed.
Mm-hmm.
And it was fun. It was. But there was changing all our contracts and everything and that. And obviously I was getting paid per drop. I was. So if the customer weren't in, I wasn't getting paid. And I just got a bit fed up of where I was working because I had a big accident when I was working there. I got run over by a forklift truck. I did in the warehouse.
Jesus
Christ. I got run. Yeah.
So wait, hold on a second. We can't just bypass this. I mean, obviously we're happy that you're good. Right, you're good.
I'm still alive. Yeah.
Yep, you're still alive. How did this happen? If you don't mind.
I was taking all my returns back into the warehouse and that. Had my IVs on, safety boots, following the correct path and that. And a forklift truck came round the corner and just ploughed into me. He did. And I flew back. I whacked my head, my ankle and everything. The forks went through my right ankle.
Oh my God.
Sorry.
What the
Probably gonna throw up now.
The visual, man. Yeah, leg injuries freak me out too.
For that, and I was off for about a good 2 months.
Yeah.
I was with that. And my contract was coming up to an end with them anyway. And my mate who works for sorry.
You're good. You're good. He can edit that. He's fine.
He works for the big brown vehicles. He's like, and I said, can you get me a job there? And that's how we started. And I've always wanted to work for the company.
Sure.
Because it's like the Rolls Royce of the delivery firms.
Mm-hmm.
It is. You got other companies that are, down, but we.
No, I agree with that.
Oh yeah.
If there's the top of the apex, it's us.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
The Rolls Royce, like you said. That's
Yep.
100%. 100%.
Yeah.
Damn, dude, that's crazy. A fucking forklift.
Yeah. Forklift truck. Yeah.
God.
I've still got all the photos. My eye was out here.
What?
Damn.
Yeah.
So was it carrying? What was the forklift carrying something when it hit you?
No. He was going outside with his forks up, and he came around the corner and he didn't see me, and he just ploughed right into me. But the doctor said if it weren't for the forks, it's in my right ankle, right, and that what flung me back. It would have just snapped my legs off.
Yeah.
Oh.
Because the forks would have just gone like at the side of my legs.
Right. Shit.
It would have just snapped them off.
Fuck.
Well, then I think you have good luck.
Honestly, I've got more lives than a cat. I have,
dude, because that was
you had another accident recently.
Yeah, that was one of our questions. Was that accident? We just found out about another one.
Yeah, in March this year, I was travelling home. I was from work. I broke up for the week, and I was on the M6 motorway going home, and I had a blowout, and I hit the left lane of the barrier. The impact knocked me out at 60 miles an hour. And all I can remember then was waking up, and there was this nice young lady next to me saying, Paul, you okay? You okay? And I went, what's happened? And she said, you know, you've been involved in an accident. And I was in the fast lane, and I smacked into that, and I had to cut out my car. I did. I missed that car. I do. And got cut out my car and got sent to hospital. I did, where I broke 2 ribs. I did, which are painful.
So that was the worst of it?
Sorry?
That was the worst of it? The 2 ribs?
Yeah, 2 ribs, yeah. But it was like not knowing, like the police said to me, they said, if I was still awake when the impact happened, you tense up and all this and that, so you could have broke more bones or whatever.
Sure.
But when you're knocked out, you like floppy and that, and you don't know what, you know, you can't, you don't know what's going on anyway, which is a good thing. But what was a miracle was that there was no cars or anybody else involved, only me. And that was at the Spaghetti Junction on the M6 in Birmingham.
Did I hear that right? Spaghetti Junction?
It's called Spaghetti Junction in Birmingham. Yeah. If you Google that, put Spaghetti Junction, you'll see why, because it looks like a load of spaghetti.
I'm still trying to think of a visual.
No, honestly. And it's like one of the worst roads
designed
in Europe.
by Orion, definitely. How many lives do you have left? Do you know? Like, if you were to start at 9.
Crazy.
1, 2, I've probably got about 3 or 4 lives left.
Oh, we're good. We're good.
Yeah.
We're good to retire it.
I'm all right for another 6 months, I suppose.
Wow. Fuck. Dude.
I am.
Oh, shit.
Oh my goodness. So I see why you say now that, like, with your luck, when you moved, I totally get it, dude. That's fucking nuts.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Jesus. Wow.
Yeah, I feel your pain with the forklifts a little bit, but that's a different
We're
story.
all fucking glad that you're okay, and I know you got a ton of love all through social media from all different warriors around the world.
I know. I appreciate that. It's nice. It is, you know, like it gets you through the day. It does. Like obviously, like if you're having a bad day or bad time or whatever. Like for the last 4 months, I've been going through a bad patch. I have, like, that's why I probably ain't been on social media a lot and been doing certain videos or putting posts on, because I recently lost my dad, which was devastating blow to me. It was, but yeah, I'm getting back up there now. Like, I'm getting back up to the jokey side of me.
Totally.
And so
I saw that. Then I'm sorry that you lost him. And I saw that when. How long has that been now? I know
that's been since July.
July. Okay.
Yeah,
I thought it was a few months.
Yeah, I think the worst thing about it was that I never spoke to my dad for 13 years. I didn't, and we had a big, massive row. We did, and then back in May, this year, my sister phoned me up, and she said to me, "Paul, Dad ain't very well." And I says, "You know, what's up with him?" I said, "He's had to go into hospital for a blood transfusion." And I went, "Okay." And I says, "Will you come round to see him when he's out?" But bearing in mind, we was in lockdown. The country was in lockdown because of COVID and that.
Right.
And which made it even more harder for us. And I said to my wife, I said, "Shall I go round to see him?" And they says, "Yeah, you better add." They says, "Because you don't know, like, what's up with him." And then he was diagnosed with bone cancer. He was. And was there when he died on the Monday. Which, you know, it was painful. But he's at peace now. So, you know, it's hard. It is, but I made the peace with him. I made, you know, like I know I had 13 years of a grudge. We both did. We were both stubborn. And for him to say sorry and for me to say sorry, you know, it makes it a bit better. It does, but I do suffer. I do suffer.
Sure.
You know, but you know, like I say, I'm on the up.
The fact, though, you know, that you were able to talk and make peace with that, and I know that is tough watching, you know, anybody get sick, and it's you know, that's always tough to watch. But to tell a quick story on something kind of about, so I played football in college, and I ended up right when Facebook came out, we got on this group. Nobody really knew what social media was yet. We got made this group about kind of making fun of our coach. Well, we ended up getting suspended from the team for the remainder of the season. I know it's funny. It's funny to laugh at this because that part is funny. But so one guy that Sam Craddock, God bless him, he was one of the people in the group, and he was only a freshman. His dad was pissed that this happened. So he stayed up at Fairmont where I live. He lived about 2 hours away, and he stayed till I think Christmas Eve is when he left, because I was talking to him. He was one of the kids that was assigned to me. They always put two or three freshmen with an upperclassman. So I knew him pretty well, and his dad and him hadn't spoke because of this. He was pissed off at what he did, you know, just over this Facebook group and get kicked off the team. Well, Sam, he ended up going home, and he got killed in a car wreck. And it's made me wonder always, you know, if him and his dad spoke, because he didn't die right. He was home for a few weeks because he died in like the beginning of January. So I always thought, I'm like, because life, you know, like the way life happens, you never know. I mean, you can have sickness or you know, there's so many ways things can happen. But the fact that you were able to make peace with them, I know being stubborn, I'm the same way. You know, you can't fault yourself for that. And the fact that you were able to have at least some closure, I know it doesn't really make it a whole lot easier, but it definitely helps, because you don't have that what if, you know, you don't have that what if void now. At least you made peace with it. So I know if that helped at all. But
yeah, well, because my young daughter Neve, who's coming 4, he'd never met her, and when he was like, and he got a few weeks left, I took Neve round, which I know we shouldn't have because of the virus and the lockdown and that. But you know, he managed to meet her and that, and he met my wife for the first time, you know, and that was it. And like, I went to work. I said to my boss, I says, look, you know, my dad ain't very well. Explained to him. I said, could I have a week off, you know, in another month's time? And he said, I'll tell you what, Paul. He said, have next week off. He said, spend as much time with your dad as possible. I went, thank you. And on the Monday, he passed away. He did. But I was there. I wasn't at work. I was there. I was like holding his hand, you know, when he was in the bed at home. So, you know, it's hard. It is, you know, but
it's tough, man. It is. It's tough.
It is. You know.
Fuck.
It's hard.
Yeah, man. Shit.
Glad they gave you the time off. Like,
that's good that they did that.
Well, I was a bit worried. Because like, if I was delivering, like, what happens? Like, do I take the van round or do I go back to the depot, knowing that I was like 30 miles away and then having to travel all the way back, and then in case I miss what happens?
Sure.
And but you know, he felt like somebody told him to give me that week off because he knew, if you know what I mean. And I can't thank him. I can't thank him enough. I can't.
Totally.
You know, and Really good.
And
really
so
good.
I'm sure it happened over there too, like it happened over here. But when the pandemic happened and Corona happened, the volume spiked.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah.
Yeah.
So like, especially during that time too. And I mean, he could have been a real jerk about it and said no. And you know what I mean? But that's
yeah, like,
great.
it has gone crazy. Everybody's just ordering dog food, cat food,
nonsense,
bird food as well. That's another big one. Bags of bird food.
So, real quick for just gonna swap it out here real quick. For our viewers who are gonna view this on YouTube, Brad just sent this over, and this is the spaghetti.
Yeah, that's it. Spaghetti.
Whoa! Are you kidding me?
No, honestly, yeah.
Come on.
I totally see what you're saying.
Can you point out where?
Oh Jesus! I mean, Okay, so you see my cursor?
Holy crap!
It's I think it's bottom right, just by there, just down the bottom right.
Bottom right.
Right here.
Yeah. Bottom right. Where your stickies there? Yeah.
Yep.
That's insane. And you're telling me that traffic just flows smoothly through this?
That is insane.
Yeah, it was on that day. Yeah. It's 60 miles an hour.
Oh my.
And then I come down the bottom right, going back home, and I was in the second lane of 5 lanes. I was because the 2 lanes join up off the Aston Express off a different road, and I was in the 3rd lane of 5 lanes, and then I veered across the 2 to my left, smashed into the barrier, and then can't remember anything else.
Yeah.
But remember waking up, and then I was in the far right-hand lane, crossed all 5 lanes without hitting anything or any trucks hitting me.
Wow.
And just came to a standstill.
At 60 miles an hour.
You have the best worst luck, it seems like.
Yeah. But I think
that is fucking crazy.
But I think what it was is that I had my trousers on because I always wear shorts. I do. I never wear trousers that we get issued, and I wore the trousers for that day, and I had them cut off me. I did. So I always say that the trousers were a bad omen on me. But as I was being cut out, all the other vehicles were coming back to the depot on the other side, dead slow. So they could see this guy being cut out with the uniform on, but they didn't know who it was. So until he got round to work, and they said, Paul, he was involved in the car crash, blah blah blah. So yeah.
And also a little research here too. Brad also said 6 pounds is equivalent to around $13.
$13.
Damn.
$13.
Yeah, £6.70. Yeah, $13.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ, that's expensive. That's like going over like 2 major bridges. That's like going over like the George Washington Bridge twice in New York City. You know what I mean? Like that's like insane. Wow.
Now you're making me think about when I got clothes cut off of me in the hospital and
Go ahead.
I had an intramural basketball shirt that I about fought the hospital. That was after getting hit by a car, but that was was another.
You've gotten hit by a car?
Well, that was a drunken. Yeah, when I was 21, I got
fucked the car up.
To do. That's what I said. I was like, I kind of had. I know his feeling with the forklift a little bit, but no, I mean to summarize I was 21.
Yes, please.
And West Virginia just got beaten in Sweet 16, and they got beat by a buzzer shot, and I was fucking devastated. I don't remember if I bet on it. I probably did, but I mean, West Virginia lost, so I was fucking done. And so we had a guy that was from Virginia, and he always anyway. He said something kind of talking a little shit, and I was like, well, it ended up coming down to having a 1-on-1 case race the following day. Like I said, remember these were college years, so this seemed like a civil diplomatic way to solve this. Well, so I ended up drinking 24 Bud Lights in about 48 minutes. And now remember, I was 280 something at this point. I mean, I was in football shape. I was brick shit house at this point. So I was hammered. Obviously, I wasn't like walking away fine. I went to a place, got thrown out in about 2 minutes because I couldn't stand up, and walked out in the car. The funny thing is, and this, I hate to say this is funny because the kid that hit me, his brother had got his tonsils out or something. He was going to the hospital to see his brother. He was only 16 years old, and drunken nomad stumbles out in the road and he hit me going 30 miles an hour. And so I bounced off the car. I was the only person that witnessed this. That poor kid was crying so hard that he thought he was laughing. And so then they stopped and I started to get up and they were like, holy shit, you need Terminator. To. So literally it knocked my shoes off my feet. And I was like, where are my docs at, man? So I was looking for my shoes and everybody started coming out like, you got to sit down. We got to take you to the hospital. I was like, no, I'm fine. And I was trying to play it off. And I didn't realize the seriousness of the situation, I guess, because I didn't. The car was totaled. The whole frame was smashed to shit. It was fucked, and it was. Anyway, what I was getting at,
why does that not surprise me? I just feel like you just looked at it and just Hulk smashed it as it was coming towards you.
Listen, that dude, the dude that was there, God. My friend that was outside with me, because he was the one that went with me in and went with me out, because he was like, I'll get him out of here, and I just walked out and zigzagged in the road.
Oh shit.
He said when they stopped, like I was face down in the road, like they thought I was dead. I didn't move for I didn't move for like 20 seconds. And he said the kid just started, he stopped crying and looked, and then he looked over and he said, I just stood up and was like, where are my docs at? Just started walking around, and it was so I can't believe I'm telling this story, but this was 1 year before I got hired by the company, by the way, so I wasn't working for them. But I had an intramural basketball shirt on. Intramural was like at my college, it's basically like fake basketball. We weren't playing for our school. We just had teams and we would play each other. And I loved this shirt. So when I went to the hospital, they eventually made me go. And I was coherent, and they started to cut my jeans off. And I was like, okay, I'll get this shirt. And they're like holding me. And they said, oh, the cricket shit. Anyway, I'll just say they tried to cut it off, and it took like 4 of them to pin me down because I was refusing to it, and that was it. But I was saying, I feel the pain on getting the clothes cut off. I got to get this cricket.
Where is the cricket?
It's in Louisiana.
I have it. I know where it is. I'll kill it. Or not kill it, but just shut it up.
He has a pet cricket that's just chilling in his basement somewhere.
And every time
because normally I have everything set up down here, because normally we do this at night and I'm loud, so I do it down here so I don't wake Ashley up. But yeah, this fucking cricket is going haywire. Give me one.
I think he's about to go smash it right now like he did to that car. But
can you imagine what he's going to do to the cricket? I just totally smashed
his body totaled the car. What the fuck?
Yeah.
What the fuck?
I just feel like I have a boring life now. Like you guys are just cruising down highways, smashing cars with your bodies. And I'm just over here just delivering boxes.
Oh my goodness.
And making great videos, you are.
There you go. Recreating other people's lives.
Just a quick update. I feel like fucking Bill Murray on Caddyshack right now trying to kill a gopher.
Yeah,
if anybody's seen that movie. Oh, it's
there. Is it still there?
Cricket traps?
Yeah, they do. They have these like little sticky things. It's like these little pads you put down, and then if they step on it, they stick to them, and then they, eventually
and then
die.
They can't do their cricket.
So speaking of killing stuff, quick update for me. I had a long night last night, and so did my cat.
No,
okay?
Bro.
3 more mice showed up in my house, bro. And I think it's because it's getting cold outside, so they're all coming in to warm and shit. And my wife heard them in the walls and stuff. Like, all right, we got to go buy mouse traps. So last night, Danielle's like, I think the cat's on one. And then all of a sudden you hear the cat just take off running. Nice. So we go follow the cat, and like we got like a Tupperware, you know what I mean? Something to cover it and catch it and shit. So got the first one, slid a piece of cardboard under it. How fun is that? More cardboard. Slid the piece of cardboard under it, took it outside, tossed it into the woods, came back in about 2:30 this morning or 3 a.m. this morning, bro. She hears the cat take off again, and it wakes her up. And she's like, I think there's another one. I was like, what the fuck? I was like, I got a podcast in the morning. I don't want to deal with this shit, you know? So I get up out of bed, sure as shit, she's got one in her mouth. The cat has one in her mouth.
Awesome.
Yeah, I was like, oh, you're paying your rent here now. This is great, you know? And then she drops it, but it's not dead. It starts skittering away. I'm like, fuck. So I go get the Tupperware and cardboard again. Same thing. Boom. Slide it under. Toss that one outside. This morning, I'm showering, and I hear my wife scream, and I'm like, no way. I yell out, I'm like, another one? And she's like, yeah. And I'm like, what the fuck? And dude, 3. They're all coming. I was like, call the pest people. We can't fucking deal with this shit anymore. You know, yeah, we have cats. That's great and all, but this morning, the cat that took care of the other 2 last night, she was off duty. She clocked out. Yeah. You know what I mean? She was up all night, like working. So, you know, she punched out.
I got 2. Yeah. That fucking cricket made me relocate. Can you hear it now? I can still hear it in the other room.
No, I don't know. Can we hear it?
I can't hear it.
Oh, all right.
That can you?
It's not as bad, though.
Man, this fucking thing.
Apologies.
This cricket is making my life. This is making my life. This cricket has been down here for fucking weeks. And I don't know where the fuck. And it doesn't chirp at night
when it's supposed to.
It's driving me fucking crazy.
Jesus. Anyways.
Hashtag nomad cricket.
Oh,
yeah. Oh my goodness.
Fucking pet cricket.
Oh, yeah.
And we got another dog now too, so I can't go upstairs because it's just shit show right now. Cricket's better off.
Oh my goodness. So Paul, let's get back to you. So like speaking of like driving and obviously what we do for a living, do you have your own route?
Yeah.
Cool. Wow. So you've only been there for 2.5 years and you already have your own route.
Is that route?
Yeah, route. Yeah. Route. Sorry. Yeah.
Oh yeah, sorry. Yeah. I've got my own route. Yeah. Well, what happened was, I started with the company, and I was like a spare driver for about a couple of weeks, and this chap was doing his route, and he had a heart attack in the back of the van. The one that I drive now, and he collapsed. And they said, "Oh, can you cover his route for a bit?" Because I knew where he was delivering and that. And I've been on it ever since. So that's it. He's left now. He's retired now. But they said, "Oh, you know, because you know it like the back of you, and you might as well have it." So I'm quite lucky on that aspect. I am, because there's drivers there who have been there 3-4 years, and them still waiting for routes. They're still waiting for routes, so I'm quite lucky.
Yeah,
I am. You know, I know there's drivers out there who moan, or you know, blah blah blah. But you know, having your own route does make the job a lot easier and a lot happier.
Do you guys have seniority over there? Like, if there's, do you have seniority? So the guys have been there 3 or 4 years. Do they get first pick of the route or route?
What happens is you can put your name down on the board, and then they just pick the best driver. They do.
Oh, that's amazing!
Yeah. Wow. So, they pick the best driver, and that's why I got one after 2 weeks. No,
yeah.
But
that is fucking awesome. I only got the route because I was doing it like just to be the cover driver until they could get someone else to do it.
Yeah.
But because it's like a bulky route, nobody wanted to do it. And I says, I'll do it. It's only down the road from where I live now. And I knew where I was going. And I kept having customers phoning the company up saying how brilliant I am. I ain't putting me out, big head. But
fuck it, man. Hard worker, you deserve it.
Saying how good I am in that, and that's it.
So that goes into play.
Incredible.
Yeah. So that goes into play. People can call and be like, "I want Paul on my route."
People can phone the depot up, email your manager, centre manager, and you do get rewards. You do, and I had a reward. I did. Do you know what I got? An air freshener.
Oh. I mean, it's still a lot more than we get. I was like, wait, a TV?
I was expecting like a car or like
like a
t-shirt to Hawaii and that. But I'll go in air freshener. So
that's awesome.
Yeah,
dude. No, that's crazy though. Like because how over here we have the seniority list. So you know what I mean. So like some guys, I think who was it, Slammer that we had on before, and he said it took him. He was with the company for 7.5 years.
I think it was going to take him 7.5, but something happened. Like he was going to go drive air, and the other guy that was full time didn't work out or something. So I don't think he had to wait that long. It was like
5 or maybe 5.5 years or something. He waited till he had his own full time route.
Oh God! So I am quite lucky then.
That's crazy.
Yeah, I preloaded for 5. I preloaded for 5 years. It was 5 years before I started to drive.
Preloading.
Yeah.
Wow. And that's why I love my job so much. I know people say, you can't love it that much, but being on your own route and that, getting to know your customers and the different sceneries every day, and meeting you guys on the dinner time and that, make your job and make your life a lot easier.
That's awesome.
It does.
It's an awesome community, man. I was talking to Angela about that one time, about just all the people from different walks of life and everything. I love it because I feel like it's still kind of, it's growing, but it's still, pretty, I don't want to say exclusive, but, like I could be talking about this, we go to our own centers and a lot of, I love it, man. I think it makes the job so much more enjoyable because you see, we might be from different areas, but we all know what the struggle can be. And, it's just like we can relate, and it's it's awesome. I love it.
Yeah. Yeah. And me.
Paul, you said you served, I think we might have served maybe together in Iraq in 2003, unless you were in Afghanistan. What was your job in the military?
I was an infantry soldier.
Oh, you're nuts.
I was. Yeah. So
I hear the real deal.
Yeah. But I was in the Staffordshire Regiment, which it's gone now. It's been made into the Mercia Regiment. It's like one massive battalion now. Gotcha. It is, but like I was in the Staffordshire Regiment. It was good fun. It was, I had some good times, had some bad times. Mm-hmm. But yeah, it was good fun. It was some good mates and that. And my commanding officer, I don't know if you, this is my claim to fame now. Do you ever watch Ed Stafford? Do you know who Ed Stafford is?
Mm-mm.
No. Ed Stafford. He's like he's on like the Discovery Channel and that. He's like an explorer.
Oh, and okay. I know.
The name sounds familiar.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah,
he's Discovery Channel.
Yeah, he does all like Marooned with Ed Stafford and that, and First Man Out and that. He does all these live programs and that. Yeah, so that's my claim to fame. He was my commanding officer at the time. He was. Yeah,
that's awesome.
Yeah, and that's straight up. Yeah, yeah. And I still keep in touch with him to this day. I do.
That's cool.
Yeah.
So I noticed. I noticed the Abbey Road sign behind you.
Oh yeah.
So yeah, go ahead.
I've done this room to make it look so it looks a bit more British.
Yeah.
I got me
Oh,
there
it is. It was on the teddy, but obviously my daughter took it off. Yeah, I've got the Abbey Road sign here. Loving and Hardy. My dad was a big Loving and Hardy
oh yeah,
fan, and
Nice.
I've got loads of photos and ornaments of Loving and Hardy because he left them me. And what I'm going to be doing is next year when we have a bit of sun, is I'm having about a 20-foot by 12-foot shed. I'm going to be turning it into a pub.
nice.
Down the bottom of the garden. I'm going to have working barrels,
Nice.
pool table, fruit machines, everything. So you're all welcome.
Listen.
Go with the wolf in
When you get that up and running, the podcast is going to come out and visit you. And as long as COVID comes down, and we'll do a live episode right in your pub, bro.
Oh yeah, that'll be brilliant. Can't wait for that. Yeah,
I'll bring the crickets.
Are you guys fucking serious?
I'll bring the
Let's
crickets.
go.
Yeah, I'll find my cricket and bring them with me.
But we got the foxes down there at the minute, so I'm trying to smoke the foxes out.
Yeah.
I am.
Damn, dude,
We've got foxes down there at the minute, squirrels and that. So
that's awesome.
Yeah.
He's got
a
the
nuisance at the minute.
We have mice here, and
but
we're like, oh, we have a mouse. He's like, I have foxes. I smoke them out.
Yeah, we got the.
We have coyotes bad here. I don't think we have foxes, but we do. Do you have coyotes up there, Dave or Bobby?
I only see him a couple times, though.
Yeah,
it's not like a problem.
Yeah, there's always one. Usually, I usually hear them in my backyard somewhere. They're usually a little ways off, but you can hear them howling. There's usually a pack of them, and they probably caught something somewhere, and they're like, all of them and shit. You hear them like back in the field.
Totally normal.
Well, this is kind of a rogue question now. But speaking of animals, Paul, did you see Bobby's video or that Barstool video of the company guy making that delivery and sidestepping, and a bear just shot right through the porch?
I don't think I did. No, I don't think I did.
You're gonna have to look at Bobby's story.
His Instagram is. I mean, I couldn't even imagine. I mean, it didn't like go at him. It just kind of, it scampered off. Just seeing. I couldn't imagine.
But I would have shit my pants.
Oh,
I would have shit my pants. Oh my God! They literally ran right by him, and it wasn't a black bear. That was a brown bear.
Yeah. Shit, man.
Which are a little bit more, known to be aggressive. Like, Jesus Christ, dude, no way.
Yeah, I don't know where that bear was going, but he was on a mission, and that dude was just like, I'm out.
Yeah, it was actually one of the company drivers. It was some company driver, and the customer must have had it on the Ring camera, and he's going to make a delivery, and you could see he heard something because he looked back that way as he was walking up towards the door, and then as he put the package down, turned around, this bear came running out, ran right by him, and they literally just swooped past each other, and I would have shit my pants. That would have been it.
Oh dear, God.
Yeah.
We got no bears over here. All we got is teddy bears. That's all we've got.
Keep it like that.
And it was funny because Bobby posted that. And then I posted something earlier that one of my customers had a sign on their tree that said, "Beware of bears." And I was like, "Oh, great! Now we have pet bears now." You know what I mean? Like, what's going on over here? And then a couple days later, Bobby posted that and shared that bear thing. And then it was Thursday. I actually saw a black bear come out of this cornfield, and it was as I was driving. I was going 50 miles an hour in the truck. And I saw it come out of the cornfield, and it was going towards the road. I was like, "Oh no, please don't go towards the road," because I would have destroyed this thing, And luckily, it just turned around and then went back into the cornfield. But that's a great transition for the question of the week that we had this week for the podcast, which is craziest run-in with wildlife. And it just so happens that we had all this bear stuff happen. And we did get a few responses from some people. I was expecting rattlesnakes, scorpions. You know what I mean? Like scary ass shit like that. Obviously you have the occasional dog one and whatnot, which is normal. Yeah. That's normal for us for run-ins, right? And but yeah, so there was a few that we ended up getting. And I'll start with the one that we actually got a response from Facebook. And this was from our guest that we just had on previously, Chris Slammer. And his was, speaking of bears, he said, I had a black bear cross the highway right in front of me. And I guess it's kind of like how I kind of think, but mine didn't cross. It literally turned around and went by. But, yeah, dude, no, black bears running in front of your truck. Like, no, we don't. No, we don't do that. We do not. No. That's just too crazy. But so we got a couple other ones from Instagram now. So let's start with this one at K-Pasa Everybody knows Courtney on Instagram. His one word was llamas. Shout out to Shirley. So I know he loves his llamas down there in Texas. And he always posts stories about, or with them. He always posts stories with the llamas and Shirley. At Idaho Birder says, orphaned mule deer fawn walked up to me and nuzzled me. That's interesting. I've never had a deer approach me. There's a lot of deer out on my route, but they usually just stand off in the distance and watch.
What did he call it though?
I was wondering the same thing.
Like, why did he know?
Orphaned what?
Mule deer.
Mule deer?
Mule deer fawn.
Understand. Did he Google it? Like, how does he know that it was a Dorfin mule?
Hold on a minute. Is a mule deer a thing?
Maybe. And if it's orphaned,
I have never heard of a mule deer.
And if it's orphaned, does that mean a customer adopted it?
He did say orphan too. Yeah, like did he have a birth certificate? I don't know.
I mean, I've heard of a mule and a deer, but I've never heard of a fucking mule deer.
I don't know.
I've got a what name is that? I gotta find this name. So
orphan.
I bet if we Google Schmedlex, we'll find mule deer.
Schmedlex.
So, funny story. Brad just sent me an image of a mule deer. Brad is on his game. For those of you that don't know, Brad is working the social media game. He's hidden during the episodes. He's keeping track of things. If people slip with certain words, he writes down timestamps for edits and all that stuff. So Brad, shout out to Brad in the background there.
Let's go
on top of his stuff. But yes, a mule deer does exist.
Where is it?
A mule deer does exist.
Do we have a picture?
Yes. Let me transfer it right here for you.
It just got real professional podcast when we can throw up pictures.
As this is loading up, I'll read another one real quick. The Cowboy Cardboard Warrior. He says, I have a video of alpacas. My first route, there was a goose that would put his head down and come right after me. Recently, he had a rooster that would come and attack him. He also says, I once followed a female moose down a street, and I have seen one bear, and I was... Hold on a second. Why would you follow a moose? Those things are enormous. Well,
he said female moose. We don't know,
Are moose like deer kind of skittish, or are they known to like
they're just fucking huge?
Yeah, they're just they're monsters. Horns. They're enormous, bro. Yeah.
With like jiggly stuff under their neck. Why would you follow that?
And huge antlers. Huge, massive.
I got an animal
That's straight
story.
Scary movie.
Yeah.
The guy that's like, what's that sound? Let's go check it out.
Right. And then he also says, he had one bear and he was trying to get a picture of it and couldn't find it. Then a fellow driver asked me later, did you think to look up in the trees because they climb trees? Duh. He was trying to get a picture of a bear.
They just jump out of the trees and attack you?
Yeah, pretty much.
While you were trying to get a picture of...
Right here. This is a mule deer. This is a mule deer.
I apologize.
Very large antlers, too. That's much larger than a normal deer.
Almost.
And that's the one that went up to him. Like, he was like...
And nuzzled him.
I have never heard...
Are those the verbatim word, like nuzzle?
Nuzzle?
Yeah. Have you ever used that?
Nuzzled?
Have you been like?
I mean,
nuzzled.
I wouldn't say I've ever used the word nuzzled.
Like I've nuzzled into bed with Mrs. No Man. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah. Totally acceptable. But with deer, do you nuzzle with deer?
No, I don't.
Deer?
But there was one. They can be hard.
One time.
I didn't. I'm just saying they can be hard to kill. Deer can be hard to fucking kill. They're a lot tougher than you think.
But it was funny because after that, the Diary of a UPS Wife. Shout out to Katie who made this wonderful image right here. Oh God, there it is.
Well, I can't see it.
It's the day.
There it is.
It's the day and night shirt that we have available on the Ups or Browns website. The podcast shirt. It's all in the delivery. Thank you, Katie, for that. She replied to him, "Do you deliver to the zoo?" Because all these run-ins this guy had. But also, Brad, who we were just talking about, Brad said it was starting to get dark, walking up a rural driveway, and a dog rustles the bushes. Doesn't come out at me, so I ignore it, make the delivery, and start heading down. The rustle goes the dog. Here, boy, I holler. Arg, says the brown bear in the bushes. So Brad had a close run-in with a brown bear down there in Florida.
West Park.
I bet that bear that was probably the shit on the ground he put on his Insta story. I bet that bear shit itself when he saw Brad.
No, I think or maybe that was Brad's shit that he did. But Steve X Shannon 518 says he had a run in with a raccoon. I want to know, was did this raccoon come at you? Because those things are rabid. No.
They can be.
Yeah,
they can be.
Totally. At JS back 73, I had a goat headbutt the side of my truck so hard I thought the truck was going to flip on its side. That was a hard one to explain to management. That probably left
That's fucking awesome, though.
Dude, that had to have left a huge dent, right? And
no property damage.
Yo, yeah. Last but not least, at KT Lot. Does anybody know how to pronounce this name? I see it come up all the time.
KTAULT.
Yes. LAUT.
Her name's Katie.
Katie?
I believe, and she's from Canada, I believe. Yeah. Shout out to Canada.
Oh yeah, look at that.
There you go, Dave. Put on your Canadian accent for it.
I need to get in the zone first, to put on my Canadian accent. But
state of mind.
She says I was chased by a rooster, but the dogs were cool. And and I completely understand the rooster aspect, but not really, because I had a turkey. So listen, I'll tell you my story, and then we can move on to you guys. I'm sure Paul, everyone had some type of wildlife running. And he's laughing over there. He knows. So with mine, I had a customer who had a pet turkey, and it was a bright white colored turkey. It wasn't your normal little brown, dark colored turkey. It was white. Its feathers were always out. It was always opened up and shit. And it did not like people approaching the house. And so every time I had a package, I would go up and this thing would always fucking gobble at me and shit. and hold on. His name was Steve. It was the pet turkey Steve. He even had a name. And so Steve, this turkey, every time I take a step, so say he's facing me, right? Every time I take a step to the left, he'll mimic me, and he would not let me go around him. So, I tried, going around him, but the turkey kept going and kept mimicking me and shit. He was mirroring me. And so the customer left a pool noodle outside at the beginning of the driveway, and she said, take the pool noodle and just shoo him away with the pool noodle, and Steve will be fine.
I don't know if it's the Steve or the noodle for me. I don't know.
Yeah, the Steve the turkey.
Steve the turkey.
And I feel like
that even makes the West Virginia guy say, "What the fuck?"
Yeah. And every Thanksgiving they get rid of Steve, and then a new one comes, and they just have you fooled that he's a pet. But every year they just
yeah. Yeah, so that's my kind of wildlife, was this person had a pet turkey named Steve. Paul, what do you got for us, buddy?
I was going back to the depot on the motorway, and it was a nice sunny day, I had my door open, go back on the motorway, and I've had a seagull shit all on me as I'm driving.
Oh my God.
No way. There's no way.
Honestly, that's God's honestly, swear down. I was travelling down the motorway at 60 miles an hour. Well, like 90 kilometres, and a seagull has flown by and shat all down me while the door's been open. Honestly.
Oh my God.
I think that's on my Instagram. I think there's a picture of me.
Oh Jesus.
On my Instagram. Yeah.
Well, it's looking by the gestures. There's a lot of shit. Like he just unloaded.
Oh yeah, when seagulls shit, they shit. Honestly, and he must have been eating these berries or God knows what, or mice or whatever.
My God.
Or Steve the turkeys.
Like what? That takes fucking talent. Like,
honestly,
I can't even get it in the fucking bowl, and this guy's just moving down the motorway, just like
yeah. Well, but, and then I got bit by a dog as well. Bit by a dog on my finger, like giving the customer the package, and he was jumping up and down, and they said, "Oh, he's okay." Gave her the package, and he jumped up and he caught my finger. And I was like, get off, like that. And they said, oh, is any playing ears? And I thought, well, you look at it. Yeah. So I had a big chunk out my finger off a dog. So that's
Is it the same over there? Like if you get bit, can you get like homeowners insurance or like what's the protocol? Are you just like, hey, thanks?
No, you just get to the doctors and have like a flu jab or something. Like a tetanus or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's it. But yeah, see, so if you get bit by a dog, it's your own fault.
Yeah,
it is.
Damn. Oh,
there you go.
Yeah, yeah, sorry.
That's all right. Luke, what's your wildlife story?
I was trying to think of on the road, and I mean, there was one time, so I would drive by these horses. And you guys know I got horses on my
yeah, we've seen them.
And so this one time it was see Bobby, I gotta stop laughing so I can tell it. They used to run from me always, and then this one time, like when I would drive the truck by, so this one time this horse doesn't move, and it's this tree with like these vines and shit, and this thing has got like one vine under its chin. And I don't know, because I really don't know shit about horses. I don't know if because it thinks it's got a little restraint, it obviously could have broke free, but it's not moving. So, me being the dog whisperer and always being curious about bullshit, I'm like, well, maybe I could go over here and try to fix this. So I'd climb over the fence, and once I get up and I realize, I'm like, man, this is fucking stupid, because I realized I was like, this thing's really big. And if it wanted to, we've discussed if it was in the front, so I wasn't behind it because I wouldn't have had the balls to do that in case I would have got kicked. No. But I mean, I let it free. And then ever since then, it's always approached me while the others have ran. So I've always thought like, it's weird. Like it has an intuition or some shit. It swear to God, it like the others when I drive the truck by, yeah, they would flee, but that one just fucking chills and it doesn't move anymore. And I always wonder, like, horse whisperer.
Horse whisperer Luke over there.
You definitely have to be involved with some animal kind of occupation.
Jesus.
Yeah.
Bobby, what do you got for us, bud?
It's definitely not on the road, but we were younger and we'd go by this river. It was like our secret hideout. It's like middle school. We saw the two, what do you call them? Geese, whatever. They're going. And then there's baby ones. We're like, oh, let's get them. Like, might as well. Run after them. We're almost there. We go to grab them. Mom geese is like, no, you're not doing it. She turns around, wings open. I'm like, oh, shit. Start backpedaling. On your toes, nomad, right? On your toes.
Oh, yeah.
Straight like the movies. Just fall right on my ass. And now I'm just shitting my pants because this big-ass goose is just like, ah.
And they're mean.
Oh. Yeah.
These things are mean. As a kid, yeah.
Hell yeah. Maybe like, what's middle school? 12, 13?
12, yeah. So I think 12 sounds right.
Yeah, so we were like, first hunting experience. And I ended up on the ground being I don't know, almost attacked by a what? I think it's Canadian goose.
Yeah, dude, that's what. Those are the mean ones. The ones that are black and white.
So
yeah, those fuckers are mean. They are. We had them down growing up. They would always. Yeah, they're assholes. Mm-hmm. They're absolute pricks. I fucking hate those things.
So my youngest, like, will chase them around the beach, and I'm like, go ahead, yeah, watch what happens.
Yeah, because you're thinking they're just gonna fly away. Or no, they're about to. Yeah, you get the fight or flight mode real quick as a kid seeing one of those things. You'd never think you'd run from a bird.
Yo, it works because when they spread their wings, you're like, oh shit.
Yeah, they look way bigger. You're like, oh damn, all right.
Jesus, yeah, that's fun.
I know. So now looking at it as an adult, yeah, fucking goose.
Yeah, now I'm just like, oh, look at that.
So, Paul, have you guys had helpers for the peak season?
Can you still hear me?
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, we can hear
you. Yep. We've been told that we can have an helper this year, but I don't want one.
Yeah, no.
Because I drive a Duke myself. I drive a work on my own and that.
Okay, so have you had bad experiences with helpers?
Ooh.
Have I had a bad experience with an helper?
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, but no, not really. No, they've been okay. But you know when you can do the job better.
Yeah.
If you know what I mean? Like, you just want to get things done quick and.
Because I'm going to ask, do you have a helper story?
Oh, hang on, sorry.
I'm done.
I'm done. Oh, yeah, sorry.
That's all right. So, do you have a helper story?
Me?
Yeah.
No, because I've only had 2 helpers. So,
sure. Right.
The first one was okay, and he's employed now by the company.
Oh.
So obviously I've done something right.
Yeah.
but the second one was a young lady, and she was Polish, and teached her everything, and she kept asking questions like, "Oh, how do you do this? How do you do that? You got your seatbelt on and that." And then I found out that this girl, her sister, is married to our boss.
To what?
He's married to our boss. He's married to our boss, and I didn't realise. Yeah, that was last Christmas. She kept asking questions, saying, "Oh, this and that, blah blah blah. What's it like to work for? How do you find your management?" And I said, brilliant. I said, they're absolutely brilliant. And then I found out that her sister is married to our boss.
Wow.
And that's how Paul got his route. That's how Paul got his route.
Passed the test. You passed the test.
Wow, dude, that's nuts.
Dude, if that would have happened to me, even saying jokingly, God, I wouldn't have. Because not knowing, like, what do you think your manager be like? Well, let me fucking tell you.
Yeah,
shit.
Oh my goodness. That's crazy, dude. Well, I don't think we have anything else. Paul, do you have anything for us? You got any questions for us?
I just want to say that, it's been an honor for you guys to invite me on your program.
It's our pleasure,
podcast
bro.
And that.
Our pleasure.
Honor ours, you make so many brilliant videos and Instagram stories and that. And maybe one day, because I've never been to the States, but I do want to come. Maybe one day I could come over and maybe bump into one of you. So I've already spoke to the pissed off Yorker. And he says whenever I'm over there or when he comes over here on holiday, he's going to hit me up and have a beer.
Absolutely.
So quite look forward to that. So, yeah.
Awesome.
Well, thank you.
Dude, thank you for coming
definitely on. Definitely go to New York. It's closer.
Yeah. That's one place that me and the wife want to go to, New York, because it's got like a lot of history in that. For us in England, like America is probably New York. Mm-hmm. That's where most of the people go.
Yep.
Florida, they're good to, and that's yeah. Mm-hmm. Or I'd like to go to Washington as well to see the White House.
Of course, yeah, totally. There's a lot of stuff down there to see. Holy shit.
There's nothing over here, so nothing over here.
I'm looking forward to that shed pub, dude.
Yeah,
right.
That's where I'm going.
Yeah. Well, when it's up and running, we'll do the podcast from there.
There you go.
And I'll put you all a beer each.
Yes.
I will.
Nice.
And then have a game of pool, darts, whatever.
Dude.
So
Let's go. COVID can't end soon enough. You know?
Yeah.
Dude, we got so many plans. But
no.
Yeah, well, we're actually in another lockdown because, like, Wolverhampton is one of the spikes of the country. Mm-hmm. So we're into like a local lockdown where you're supposed not to go out and do different things and that. But Monday, Boris Johnson is going to do another announcement. There's 3 tiers or something: the green tier, orange tier, and red tier.
Sure.
At the minute, we're in the orange tier. I think, like in the bracket of dangerous. Mm-hmm. So until he, I think they're going to shut the pubs down again. So that's why I want to get my shed up and running.
Hell yeah,
it is. So,
awesome. So, Paul, dude, thank you so much for joining us. Listen, stay on the line here because we're going to end this. We would just want to say goodbye off air. Yeah. So hang around.
No problem.
Guys, you could go follow Paul on Instagram. I believe it's Paul4183.
That's correct. That's my date of birth.
Awesome. So, guys, go check him out. Go give him a follow. And thank you so much again, dude, for joining us. This is
thank you. Thank you for inviting me.
It's been good.
And guys,
really enjoyed it.
Awesome.
Yeah, thank you.
And also, like we said earlier in the beginning of the show, go to upsandbrowns.com. You can go check out all the merch there. You got the Ups and Browns merch. You got the podcast merch there. Go check all that out. Guys, listen, thank you for joining us. We'll see you guys next week.
I'll kill that cricket next time.
Get him.